And there's this new application called Gettr, I guess is how you're supposed to pronounce it, Gettr. Many of you have probably seen several influencers linking out posts about this to follow them on this site as well. Well, that app pretty much had a launch this weekend that was extremely disastrous, to say the least. It really didn't go anywhere. And the real issue here is that it's a mediocre app. This was actually made, or at least promoted by, one of Trump's former advisors, Jason Miller, which has had his own issues in the past. So effectively what's going on here is that Jason Miller lied already about it being Trump's platform. I mean, he was talking about this last week, and everybody was like, oh, this is Trump's new social media platform that maybe he was trying to start or something like that. Well, come to find out, Trump isn't investing in it, won't invest in it, and also refuses to join the site. So I don't know if they had worked out some type of deal in the past or something like that, but whatever it is, that's not what this is. It's not the social media network that Trump was trying to promote anyways. At this point, I still think it's a really dumb idea for him to do that. He might as well just use what's already available, but that's just me. Other issues with the application, they got their source code leaked. Basically, that's the code and everything behind their entire site. So if you wanted to basically just rip all of the information about how they made their application an application, that's what the source code is. And some interesting things were found in this code. First of all, they were curating the trending section. Now, the reason why that's a problem is because if they choose what trends, they're no different than what Twitter has done in the past, where they allow things to trend that really aren't a trend because they're trying to push a certain narrative. But the other biggest problem behind this application is that there was actually some source code that shows that they were boosting the influencers. Okay, so certain level influencers are going to get what they are calling an auto follow feature, which basically means that they're going to send them a bunch of accounts their way that are auto following these certain influencers for free, just because they're influencers. Probably as in a weird effort to kind of get these people to stay on their platform, to use their site. We also saw them lying about follower numbers. They had like people with a 1 point something million followers on the application, which is just a blatant lie. A lot of issues there. Hacked verified accounts as well. There were several high-profile influencer accounts that, when you're verified, it's supposed to not happen. That completely had some like free Palestine stuff in the actual header of their name. A lot of problems were occurring with this app. The fact is, and I think will be proven to be the case in the future as well, is that if your application is readily available on Apple, on Play Store, Google Play Store, you're already censoring. You're already doing it. It's not a free speech app if you're there. Because at some point, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to. Parler had to do it. And any of these other applications that claim to be free speech that are on there are going to also have to censor to remain on there. The fact is that I hate that they have these things where they're trying to boost these influencers. Once again, if you're tired of these people, if you're tired of the same people that basically failed to do much of anything about 2020, failed to talk about the issues with this past election, maybe it's time to get new people that are actually talking about these issues in place instead. And when you have apps like this, all they're doing is reinforcing the same people that have let us down this entire time and just putting them right up on the top again to be doing the same thing that they've always been doing. It's trying to protect the conservative establishment, the old conservative establishment, the same people that have been commentating and talking about this stuff for years. It's the exact same people. And it's using that to say, well, let's push all of these followers in their direction because reasons. Because we want them to use our app. So we're willing to lie. We're willing to basically have you sign up for an account and have you already following all the big name people already as it is, whether you want it to or not. That's a lie. It's disingenuous. It's fake. At least with Gab and even on Parler, at least in the beginning, before they kind of came under new management, you had to earn your own following, but everybody had an opportunity to do that. So new voices, new people could rise out of the ashes and actually make something of themselves on these sites. That's something that you're not seeing when you look at Gettr or a lot of these other applications that are out there right now that are solely based on trying to promote the people that are already big names out there. They're not concerned about the individual patriots like you, me, or anyone else that are actually trying to do something. So we'll see where this app goes, but honestly, I'm done with it. I'm not using it. I signed up for an account in the beginning. I'm done. That's it. Not using it anymore. It's just a complete waste of time. Use Gab, anything else, but not this application. You just watched a clip from The William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.